It's all over. Strap in.
Anvil 1 is a go. Anvil 2 standing by. Anvil 3 is good to go. Anvil 4 is a go. I hate this part. Cut the chatter. Initiating drop sequence.
Separation confirmed. Stand by. Approaching shock layer. Impact in 3, 2, 1.
Titanfall comes from Respawn Entertainment, who were veterans of Call of Duty series, and the inspiration is clear, but let me roll out in the very beginning that this game is no way Call of Duty with robots. It's a familiar online-only multiplayer shooter by all means, but there is enough innovation and fun factor here to keep any shooter fan happy. First, let's talk about the gameplay, which is the shining star in the game. Unlike any other shooter, the key factor that makes Titanfall apart from others is its freedom of movement. Many may think that the main attraction is Titans, but that is not true. Any shooter fan will first fall in love with the freedom first and Titans later. Something like this was imagined with Splash Damage's rather unsuccessful game Brink also. It introduced the concept of parkour like wall climbing and sliding, but Titanfall is the first game to really put it to good use as a gameplay element and not just a gimmick. Brink was very limited with its indoor corridor style level design, while Titanfall takes full advantage of the verticality as never seen before. You can climb onto any building, jump from one wall to next, jumping from over the head of your enemies, double jumping across huge distances, and take the fights in third dimension unlike your regular Call of Duty experience. This freedom of movement is what essentially defines Titanfall as an adrenaline-filled affair filled with warm moments. The gunplay is solid, and you will find your regular array of guns from assault rifle, submachine gun, shotgun, sniper to auto-aiming pistols even. The variety of the guns and unlocks are not as huge as Call of Duty or Battlefield, which is not entirely a bad thing as the amount of guns available in those games are just an overkill. There are still other attachments and abilities that you will unlock and customize your pilot with. Other than the foot soldier war, the main feature of the game will be the Titans. MechWarrior fans will be happy as the game brings Call of Duty like arcadish fun to joint mech battles as well. I always had trouble with the mech games due to their sluggish controls and passive camera scheme, but mechs in Titanfall behave just like your soldier. They aim fast, they move fast, and even dash around to dodge enemy fire. Just like the pilots, the Titans come in various variety of chassis, weapons and abilities like active shields, nuclear clouds and auto-ejection seats. The game balances the number of Titans on the playfield by setting a timer for Titans for each player. The Titans take their time to respawn while your pilot spawning is pretty instant. This keeps the Titan population in check as well as give you good enough 2 minutes time for you to enjoy the freedom of parkouring. Pilots don't feel entirely helpless against enemy Titans as all the classes are equipped with anti-Titan weapons. But the real fun is to dodge their footsteps, jump over a high structure and then jump onto the back of your enemy Titan to rodeo around and deal some massive damage by shooting directly into their circuitry. It's a fun ride which never gets old. The strategic factor in the game is a little less than your average Battlefield game, as there are no squads and the fast pace of the game calls for more accurate kills and fast maneuvers rather than deep strategic plans. But good teams can still get very decent strategic advantages against unorganized teams in matches like grouping Titans to take turns for recharging shields and engaging enemies. But it is a sight seldom seen on your regular public servers. The game is strictly a multiplayer affair, and even though a campaign mode exists, but it's nothing more than some audio briefings in between multiplayer matches. I wasn't expecting much in terms of single player when they announced it as a multiplayer only game, but still I was expecting that the story would go a little more deep, something like what Unreal Tournament 3 had done maybe. Here you will never truly understand why IMC and Malaysia are at throat of each other, and even if you lose or win, it doesn't really matter as the story will still progress and there is no real ending of the campaign mode. But completing it is essential to unlock 2 Titan chases in the game. Even though Titanfall is hailed as an next-gen game, but it's not visually as impressive as you would expect. The game is based on Source Engine, and even though it's not eye-popping, but the game is still beautiful in every aspect. The game's level design is refreshing as it takes liberty of being set on different planets, offering a wide variety of color palettes and interesting backdrops, including dragons. It comes with 15 maps and a lot of familiar game modes, including typical deathmatch, capture the flag, point capture, etc. The game is strictly a 6 versus 6 affair, but there are a lot of AI soldiers thrown in the mix, which just acts as fodder for you to shoot at and earn some easy points, as well as cut down some timer from your Titan respawn. The AI does not add any competition to player, but they fill the world with random targets to shoot down and have fun, rather than leaving the world empty. Secondly, unlike Call of Duty or Battlefield, these AI soldiers make the game much more noob friendly by allowing them to at least get some grunt kills. If I had to pinpoint anything bad in the game, then it would be a certain repetitiveness in the game. Once you understand the rhythm of the game, it will be kind of same routine per match. But other than that, everything else in the game shines out really well. It's all these fresh elements like soldier versus Titan fights, pilot freedom of movement, vertical levels, and fast-paced adrenaline-filled, bug-free multiplayer that makes it an entity of its own rather than being a Call of Duty clone. The game is set to satisfy both conventional arcade shooters as well as those fans looking for something fresh. It certainly comes recommended.